responsibility of saying yes. Alright, let me ask before we go. 2-minute presentation per each. Who? Okay. Who created something? Okay. Who has not created anything yet? Okay. You're a little biased towards thinking now. Get going. Who? Okay. Who done testing already? Okay. Who done the second iteration already? Well, you know what? I don't know. I don't know who's better. I mean, I don't know who's. Maybe the thinking team is the best team so far. I don't know. Maybe the second iteration team is better. I don't know. We'll see. Well, you guys. Not me, obviously. Okay. So, okay. Maybe. So what I want from you is this. Okay. What was learned from prototyping and testing so far? Alright? And do you remember me saying, I want you to try to find something you did not know. Alright? So, your prototype is intended for areas like this. Okay? Because it's very coarse, it's very, how do I say, low resolution. So you should not be intending this area. All you can probably do, as of now, is somewhere around here. Okay? And because it was your first iteration, I wanted you to try to focus on here. Okay? Because as a first step, you really want to find your blind spot. So, when you talk about what you learned, tell me something you did not know before you tried. Okay? All the rest you probably knew when you're building. So, okay? I'll give you a few moments to think about or talk with your buddies. Alright? Nobody's talking, so. Let's just ask someone to go ahead and start. Let's start from, I don't know, you folks. Since you're sitting in front of me.
Yeah, we stick with the explore.
Okay,
or
good.
the word explore and
Alright.
not come to the solution.
Alright, good.
So,
Okay, so 2 minutes each. Because if you talk 5 minutes, we're gonna be spending an hour just listening to your garbage. No. Never mind. Your things, right? Alright, let's keep it short.
The first one was team name is
What? Okay. Rocket, okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, I see. The rocket in Vietnamese. Good.
Original.
Yes. Tell us about your
So, the
project.
first thing is we try to have the experience of each talking about how is our experience.
Okay.
And then we realized that doing the experience is different of talking about the experience. When we did it, was totally different.
Okay, so you acted out.
Yes.
Good.
And then she printed out a Vietnamese text, and we, Japanese and Portuguese, should figure out how to understand the text. And this insight was a good one because we realized that there are two markets. One market is when you already know the language, you just have to
Okay.
like when the Japanese translate to English.
Yeah.
When you have a new language, you get stuck.
Right.
Because you cannot even start. So we focus on the hard one.
Okay.
We want to do like a tool first or a solution for someone who is learning a totally new language,
Alright.
alphabet.
Okay.
So we don't have any clue about this.
Okay.
And then we try to get the insights of each one of the participants, and we found out like 4 main problems,
Yes.
challenges. And now we are going to split us to explore each of the challenges and then come up with ideas, and then we will build up inside these ideas, and then we'll work.
Okay. So I would say you're still looking for what kind of value you want to produce for this language learning person. Okay, but you empathize to the people. Okay, you're on the first step. All right. Okay, that's good. All right. Let's move to the next team. What's your team name? BK, okay.
Because
That means geek, right?
yeah. BK, so
Yes. That'll be English translation of BK is a geek. My version of
The
translation
meaning
is
of
okay. Tell us about your prototype and what you learned.
we do the writing to check the behavior. So reading the article and then search on the PC.
Okay.
And then we have brainstorming.
Yes.
And then found that the word iMovie, we move the eyes on the laptop and the
Okay, yeah, you need to look in the both ways. Yes.
Both way.
Okay.
So I think we think it's not comfortable. So we need to make the device only for example, laptop or for paper. So
Okay.
we think that which is better. So we try to make the making all the difference only for we can do that only for laptop. We can do that only for
Okay.
and then check the times or check the behavior and also check the convenience, which is the main.
Okay.
And then we found that the speed is not different. But the users say to write things, to write the word, it's convenient with the paper because of its not this angle, but this angle is there.
Okay.
That's the
Okay, that's very
convenient,
good.
that's
Okay.
the result.
All right. So you're either trying to do it only on the computer or only on the paper.
Right.
That's where you try to go. Okay. Okay. So what value are you trying to provide, or what is the value are you trying to create here? Your answer can be unclear. Yeah. Is it unclear? Okay. Good. Because I want you to try to think what value you're trying to create, and try to think about your. Oh, is it working now? Oh, good. It was never working. Is it working? Can you hear? Okay, good. So maybe you want to think about your indirect competitor. Indirect. 直接じゃないけどコンペティションになるものがないかなっていうのを考えてみてください。So some existing product, existing service may compete with your value proposition or something you may provide. Okay? So here's another way to say it. Don't invent the wheels again. 車輪をもう一回発明しちゃダメ。Someone else other than me talking. Oh, that's me talking. No, I think the movie played on that. Sounds like me, but the computer is showing my video from last year. You need to silence it.
Went crazy.
Oh, yeah, I thought it. I'm hearing something. I should be hearing. That's good. All right. So, okay, maybe not only for this team, okay, but you always need to think about the similar thing or same thing that's providing the same value. Okay, similar value provided by somebody else, and you need to compete at some point. So you want to think about that too. All right, keep up. So let's hear from you guys. Oh, we finally have something to see. Good. No, no. Okay, 2 minutes.
Okay, we try to break the problems and find out what's the problem for each requirement. requirement.
Okay.
So we did this in detail. And then we realized that first we have to define the problem. So if we don't define the problem, we are going to all directions. We could go to any direction. So we try to focus it. And then we said like frustration-free study.
Okay.
That's our name.
Okay.
And then
So it's basically a painkiller that you wanted to kind of.
yes. So then we came up with a few ideas about, and then we made a prototype was like a chair. Like okay, we don't have chair now. So can we show it standing up? One of the prototypes that we'll show. Like for this. Okay.
Everyone can listen without like.
Okay. So imagine she's a chair.
Okay.
She has
Or-
and she has two arms, right?
Okay.
So this is the for paper. This is for notes. I could put them. I could change the height, and I could also show it like this, show it to others. So you could adjust whatever direction or in whatever position you want. And then we have another one. This is what you put this near your laptop, and then you have it here. Okay, so this is just mainly, basically you put it near your laptop with your paper. And then we have something,
You can call it.
oh, okay.
So then we were thinking on two options. One was a ring that is included with it has a highlighter included. So even you can use this part. It could be kind of an evolution of the first idea. So you can just point to the things that you want to highlight, and it will automatically show it to your laptop. But then we think that probably it could be better a fingertip, so you have like the sensibility of what you are highlighting.
Then scan the,
Right.
instead of a touch screen, you have a portable scan.
Yeah. And then the last one was more like a table assistant. So you have this little guy who, depending on the highlighter that you use, detects what you need to do. So for example, if you want to highlight a word that you don't know, by the time you highlight it, it appears on your desktop devices, what is the meaning or what do you want to save it. And you kind of have a sound reminder what you are doing.
Okay.
Yeah, those were like initial
Good.
ideas.
Have you tested with somebody, the third person?
Okay, the chair we test with ourselves and also the finger. So we realized at first we had the finger, like the finger scanner, all around the finger.
Yeah.
But then we realized we cannot type with it, so we cut the tip.
Okay.
So now we have the free tip, but also the scanning function.
Okay.
So it's what prototype.
Okay. Okay. Good. Well, I think now you want to try with somebody else. I mean, that's they're gonna give you some interesting feedback. And don't try not to describe everything. Just tell them simple notation. And I bought a competition to one of that. どこだっけ？そこにあれない？スタンドみたい。Can you?
Here.
Right. That's a iPad stand or something.
Oh, but you don't have the finger.
Right. So you can use the existing product. I mean, as a part of your prototype, right? So hack it, hack it, and then just get a one iPad and just pretend that's working that way. All right. Yeah. Good. Interesting. All right. Let's move to the team next to. Oh, what was your team name?
Double edge.
Double Edge. Oh, sounds cool. Okay. Next to Double Edge.
Our team name is Just Awesome. And now we think that our device will also have the name Just Awesome.
Okay.
So the idea is we are going to make no. Nowadays everything in the world becomes mobile and portable, and we can now take the PC to the cafe and continue the working there. But usually at home it's more comfortable to work. You have the lamp, you have papers and everything. We suggest to take all with you. So we have the bag like this that it can be opened. May I have the laptop? Yeah. You have the laptop inside of it, and you work in it, and you can turn around this part, and you can use some pencil, some glue inside, then turn it around, back, and keep going on the laptop.
Okay.
In the initial iteration, we have had the piece like this, and it's so big, so the idea was to keep the paper above, so it might be useful for looking at the laptop and at the paper at the same time, but it's so big and it's so not useful to use in the cafe or somewhere. So it's more comfortable to have it like this and see the paper only this way.
Okay.
And after you end your work, you just do it like this and
You're good to go.
go to work to another cafe.
I see. All right. Have you tried with anybody else than your team?
Not yet.
Okay. Let's try to give it to. What's your name? Sorry. What's your name?
Yumi.
Yumi. Okay. Let's give it to Yumi, please.
At the moment.
Yeah.
Come here, please.
Yumi. Yumi. That's your new product.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try it out.
Bought it.
No, I want to see her holding it,
Okay.
not using it.
Do whatever you want.
Well, what's the laptop in my car? Take it out. Yes. Yumi, can you hold it? Yeah. Can you pose, maybe? So, okay. Now, team awesome. What do you say? What would be the pain point for Yumi? Right, I chose her because her outlook was very different from what you were imagining, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there is some business suitcase like that, but I thought, okay, Yumi's outfit is very opposite of your maybe what's imagining, so I just kind of picked Yumi to become that person. So okay, I think this is a great example. If you push the function too much, then you might end up losing who might be using this. Okay? Yeah, so, but I'm not saying it's bad, but try to think you met somebody like Yumi. Yeah, trying to use this. Maybe you can imagine me doing all the gadget stuff, right? But try to imagine somebody like her, okay? Or you can just say, no, she's not our target. But that's easy to say, but can you do something so that Yumi will be happy to have that bag? Yumi, how many bags do you have?
More than 10.
Right? Okay, Maria, how many bags do you have? 200?
More than 10 for sure.
Right, and then you choose bags over, for different days. Yeah, okay, so something to think about, okay? So try with different people, different type of people, different people with different favors. All right, keep up the good work. All right, next, who's next to awesome? Okay, let's hear from the team behind the counter. What's your team name?
Hero.
Heroes, yes. You got your hands so high.
Heroes.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Tell us about it.
Okay.
Are you going to do a circus here?
We come up with 3 prototypes today,
Okay.
but 3 prototypes come from the different pain points. And first pain point is when user read the note and they have to move around, twist their head or something like that, so it's not very convenient. So we designed the kind of like a shelf. Let's say this is a shelf and that is the wall, and then we stick it, and then we put these here. Okay, and typing And then when we want to read the book, read the book. Yeah, come down here, and we can do some reading and highlights. And when you want to move it back, okay, it automatically poops out there. So this will be very good for reading and also typing. And also the other thing is it saves the space. We can do like vertical direction. Okay, this is the first prototype. And the second one, okay, wait down for a second. The pain point is about the highlights. The highlights, we have many highlights, and we usually like put around our body. So let's think of this is a spring, like spring. It should be like spring up and down. Okay. When we want to. Sorry. Hold on. But actually, spring is not gonna happen because this is a rope. Okay.
All right.
Like a spring. Highlighted. Okay. And when it finish, let's go up like this. So it won't be confused with other messy things on the table. Okay. Okay, this is the second prototype. And the third one, we got this idea from our the restaurant, the ramen restaurant.
Yeah.
Like on the kitchenware, they have the basket on the counter of putting things. Sorry. Okay, we can put things on the shelf, and this shelf can actually be moved this way.
Yeah. So.
I can't move this.
Okay.
But it can be moved like
It
around.
can be stored.
Yeah, like a store. So you can separate each type of things you want to put on the table, and then slide wherever it is.
I see.
So this is 3 prototypes that we
Good. What did you learn by actually? Oh, did you test with other people?
We test with him.
But you're one of them, right? You're in the team.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you're still with the group. So you haven't tried with the third person. Okay, good. What did you learn by building it and testing it yourselves?
So, for example, first of all, we are now the in front of me here, in front of me. So it's Buddha-san for me. So the right side or left side is a better.
Okay. So that's what you never thought about before you do.
Yeah.
Good.
Or the first pattern, this, it's also okay. But if move on like that, it's more better because if one or more kind of like that, we make the 2 floors the self, and the first one is move like that, or second one is move like that. So we use a 3D dimension. I don't know how to say in English. So
Yeah, but more space to use.
yes. It's what I learned from the experiment.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good. Well, maybe you want to try with the other people too, and see what they say. Yeah. And I see the hanging down idea. I have seen something like that somewhere. Where?
In the teacher's room or in the past, the concept.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. There was some tab. I mean the electric tab hanging down.
Rubbing, right?
Oh.
Because it has to be the other logic.
Yeah.
It has to be like this. The pen has to be here. Bring it to the floor, right? Because unless you fly.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, it'll fly back, right? If you just let it go. You have to have a nice
Yeah, it
mechanism.
has to fly.
I thought about the bar. Don't they have the bar? They have the liquor and the soda too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So try to look them up. Okay. I think now you want to Google if there is some similar product exists or not. Right? Okay. Well, I don't know if you want to pursue it. on this way or test it with somebody. Okay, and you learn more. Good. All right, next. Who's up? Okay, go ahead. Team name?
Question mark?
Question mark, okay. We have awesome heroes and question marks.
Yeah.
Good. Variety.
So,
Yes.
we made 3 prototypes,
Yes.
and one is this. Look at this. So, the first thing we did is observation, and we noticed that when you guys do work there with the material, and then go to Evernote to type, you put down your pencil or pen each time, and then go to type and pick it up. And it looked a little bit troublesome. So we wanted to get rid of that trouble. So what if we can stick the pen with your finger? It's the first prototype. And what we learned from this prototype, we do right, and then try to go to the go type. It's too long. So you
Yes, I can see.
So it's a big learning. You need to be, your pen need to be able to go up and down. So, and then the second prototype is,
It's a band
Okay.
and the pen.
Yeah.
So you're writing,
Yeah.
and when you want to type, it works. We
Smart.
tried, and there's no problem typing like this.
Okay. Have you tried?
We tried.
Okay.
Yes.
much improvement.
Yeah.
And the third
Third one,
is from another problem.
another problem. We chose about 3 problems.
Okay. So those were two
Well-
same pain point, trying to kill the same pain point. Okay.
And we have another one. So we visited his office.
Okay.
We went and saw him do his work,
Yeah.
and we
I have
realized
never seen him working.
it was,
Okay.
it was
never mind.
really, really interesting. We didn't expect this. He
Okay.
does not have any documents that are stapled. All of them are scattered, free.
Oh,
And then we were like, why? Why? And he's like, I don't have a staple. And then we were like, buy one. And he's like, I don't know. I just forget. Like when I am in my table area, I'm like, oh yeah, I need a staple. But then once he goes out, he forgets. But later, we realized that he actually doesn't like stapled documents. That was so interesting. So when it's stapled, you have to flip the paper like this, which is okay for a lot of people. But for him, it was important that he can flip like this, not like that. But this product, this prototype, you can do both.
Okay.
So that solves his problem, or everybody's problem. It can be worked as a staple, or you can flip it any how you like. So this is our third
Okay.
prototype. Yeah.
So you're kind of another pain
Another pain. Yeah.
reliever.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that you learn something by looking at what he does,
Yeah.
what actually he does. And I really like your second prototype. I mean, it's just you're not actually creating anything, but trying to get get good use of rubber band and then the pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, poke around that area because that might be very interesting. I mean, you haven't invented anything, but that's something I was impressed to see
Okay.
your trick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at one point,
Yes.
we had one more good best prototype.
Yes.
This is like that. So it's not complete. So we can we don't explain all.
Yes.
We will explain later.
Okay.
So I'll explain a little.
Yeah.
It's like the. So I went to his office and it is a kind of messy. It's
I can imagine.
not really okay. And so it's a kind of messy, and so we think that it is a lack of space, and so we can use air space,
Yes.
not here.
Yes.
And so we imagine there some kind of touchable shelf, like shelf is stand here or here, and but here there is not touchable, and so some kind of very touchable space. She painted the touchable shelf, but the picture is upstairs.
So basically, he's saying that there should be shelves all around us, within the
Okay.
reach of our hands.
Okay, so
So
something
something
similar
like that,
to
but
it.
like a dome shape, basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see. All right. So that was your idea. Okay, good. Well, all right. So you have a few different pain points that you're talking about. That's good. Maybe you want to focus on something, but I'll give the common feedback to all the team later on. All right. Thank you. All right. Let's move on to the team next to. Okay. What's your team name?
Our team came from VFW, but we are KBW. Keio Brainworks.
Okay.
Let's see. We started by focusing on what we thought the problem was, and we identified the problem as being there's too many distractions around us. So how do we increase focus?
Yeah.
And then we divided all of the objects in the area into two different groups. One was tools, and one was the environment. So tools were the computer, the highlighter, and the paper. This is just very basic. So we have three tools. The environment was the chair and the desk. So we decided that we were not going to focus on the tools because these are tools that have been around for a long time, and they're very basic, and that's not what we wanted to focus on. So we tried to figure out how we are going to change the environment, specifically to increase concentration or increase focus. So we came up with two prototypes. Do you guys want to? So the first is a desk. And what it does, it surrounds you. So normally at a flat desk, you can look sideways at your friends, look anywhere, and you can easily get distracted. So the round desk kind of traps you, and you're always surrounded by, hopefully, your work. And then we were thinking about like different ways to organize the tools in the environment. So we have these two raised kind of shelves that allow for placement of different items like in reach, but also keeps a clear workspace to help focus on the papers when you need it, go up to the computer when you need it, and then grab the highlighters and bring them down when you need it. And this is just matched with a normal chair. So then we decided to try something else, which should be a focus chair. So basically you sit inside here and you can't see anything else except your work. Yeah, we haven't tested this with anyone. It's probably going to induce some claustrophobia.
Right.
But
yeah, that's what I'm gonna ask you. How would you invite your friend to test this? All right. So
Yeah.
I think now you have a good idea of the whole image. So try to make something so that people can feel it. Actually, I see it now. I understand. I want to feel it. Okay. So that will be next step. All right. And if you need more cardboard, we'll get it.
okay,
Well,
we probably need more fun.
Okay, good. But now I want you to make us to feel it.
Okay.
All right. Good. All right. Next.
Group's name is Dot.
Not.
Dot.
Dot?
D-O-T,
Okay,
yeah.
alright.
Because there's no definition for a dot.
Okay.
And it's .com and it's throughout the world, everywhere you find it.
Okay.
So yeah, we are omnipotent. Okay, so what we came up was, what we first thought was there are 4 tasks: reading, translation, marking, and writing. Yeah. Yeah. So 4 tasks, and we thought that the most important problem was timing, because if you read, you mark it in the paper, then you type it, then you highlight on the computer screen, and it's a lot of time consuming. And sometimes you actually tend to forget what you just marked because you're so involved in typing and then marking it again on a PDF or whatever on a laptop. So what we thought was something like that idea,
a pen. So this is basically a portable desk. You can put your laptops inside, and then you can, this thing, it shifts down. So you can just put your laptop here. You read on your paper, and for example, if you want to mark on paper, it's the yellow strip. So you just mark and highlight it. And if you want to translate it, you put the orange thing. And if you translate it here, it automatically comes here. So if it's, for example, Japanese and you want it to be English, so you just highlight it here, it will automatically be translated on your screen. And this is sort of a motion sensor. It's reading, writing, translating, and marking, the 4 tasks. So it senses how much time you spend where. Because sometimes while reading, you might think about something else and your time increases. So it's for a very efficient reading, writing, translating, and marking.
Okay.
And to add to it, if you guys.
That's okay. Actually, yes. As she said, we are trying to focus on the insights of the process itself. And whether if we arrange the process, we are going to make it more efficient. So we decompose the process into the 4 activities, as she said: reading, writing, marking, and translating. And by focusing on that, we need timing so that we can evaluate the performance in doing each of these activities. And you might get some feedback like, you need to spend less time reading, you have to spend more time doing that, and so on. But in order to get such kind of advices, you first need to get information, and that readable is our way to get the information from the activities you are doing.
I see. So you're not just killing the pain, but you're trying to, get something creative. Okay.
And just to add to that, because you said sometimes you run around to find a marker or pen, so it's attached.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a string to attach on. Okay. All right. So have you tried with somebody else?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. You probably want to, right? Okay. And get the real person. Okay. Somebody who didn't listen to you. I think that'll give you a good hint about, I don't know, what should be done. Okay. All right. Thank you. Maybe one last team, right? I guess. Okay, what's your team name?
Our team stance is 3 Musketeers.
Okay, 3 Musketeers. Okay.
Three swordsmen.
Okay, good.
So our basic idea was that I'm coming to the SPM school, and then when we sit at a table, it's always like a 4, 5, 6 people at the table, and it's very crowded, right? So when you using your computer, and then they're reading the article, or you put on your smartphone or everything, it's just so limited spaces. So we come up with the idea that instead of using space on your left or right side, we wanted to use it space on in front. So we came up with the idea to moving. This is my laptop. And then we'll put on the things right here. And then we have an article here. So that when I wanted to read it here, right. If I wanted to read something here, I can just put it here. But then if I wanted to use PC, then some lower things will come up, and then I can use the computer. Yes. And then if I wanted to read it again, I wanted to do this, and then it can read the article.
Okay.
But then this makes me feel that if I have enough space on that in front of me, that's fine. But if someone's sitting in front of me, then maybe he will think that, you're using my space. So
invading.
Okay.
My space.
So we come up with the idea we can use the space between the table and myself. So there's just such spaces. So he came up with that we can maybe attach to this thing in front of me, so that we can have more spaces, and then we can not distracting in front of me, but I can use my personal space for the reading. But then this thing cannot link everywhere. So we come up with the idea that we can maybe attach to the PC itself. So this is my PC, and then the whole thing is like this. So
if you wanted to use the PC, like you can just use like this, but then if you wanted to have some spaces here, then you can put things on and then we can read it. So that's our prototype. We want to have
Okay.
something else.
And for the things like you have some kind of messy thing,
Yes.
actually it's just as simple as you want to use your Evernote and you also need to highlight something in your paper, just combine the function, right? This one is the marker and this one is the stylus. So you can write whatever you want to do when it comes to function. And if you forget, so where's my pen and marker and something, just put something like there's a transmitter here, there's a receiver here. So if these things go away like 1 meter or 2 meter, there's something like alarm or sound, and you can actually put not into your laptop, but only, you can also put it into your smartphone.
Okay.
Something like transmitter and receiver.
All right.
As simple as that.
Okay. Have you guys tried with somebody else?
Yeah.
Not yet. Okay. You should probably. Okay. All right. Done, everyone?
One more.
One more. Okay. Let's hear it.
So our key is unknown,
What's that?
unknown sweet potato.
Okay. Okay. I think I heard it right. Go ahead. Yes.
So at first we try to the same behavior with the target person, and we found he or she is very unproductive since a lot, and especially the behavior he makes on Evernote is very unproductive. So we decided to then we made this prototype. This is our first prototype, just a clear bulb. But we found is, for example, put into this clear bulb and read it and just using ordinary pencil and like a mark. Then this seed is very special material, so automatically import these things into the PC. So easily make a note. But we did a test inside the room. We found very important things. So if I read this page, it's okay. But then we read the next page, we need to read this.
It's a new pain. Right?
Yeah, and then we need to do this. So we think this is not comfortable for us. So next idea is like that. Using a pencil and make a mark. Then take a picture with your iPhone. Then something which highlighted is Rico. But again, we tested in other thing. Then we found the 2 steps. Make a marker, then take a photo. So 2 steps is too much. So what we thought is just a special pencil into mark, then automatically into the PC. Again, sorry. Then to make more ideas, we came back to first prototype of this, and we tested again. Then he find really good insights. So please.
Oh, the insight is we were thinking like, what if what are the things we will do anyway when we read pages?
Yeah.
So I thought of bookmark.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like if I can invent some kind of bookmark like USB. So it's like a USB pen drive for your books or your paper. So when you bookmark everything, and then you use a special pen, and then you will just record to your bookmark. And then you go to another page when you want to make notes, and then you stick here and then you continue to make notes. So all the notes is saved in this bookmark, and then in the end, your summary on the whole document is in here, and then you can use it for every computer and do something else. So
Nice. Okay. Have you tried with somebody else?
not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Good. Done? All right. You have to try with somebody else. That's one thing. Another thing. Okay. You're introducing me to a new value, right? But at the same time, you are introducing me to a new pain too. Okay, I need to set up that shelf, right? I need to install that shelf. All right? I need to buy your fancy machine just to finish my reading. Okay? And now you're asking me to buy a new fancy pen. I don't know how much. Just to highlight. Okay? I know you are focusing so much on new value creation, but you're causing me a pain too. Don't forget that. Alright? Don't forget. Alright? People need to make decision. And then, okay, let's make this pen even fancier. Let's add more functionality to it so that people buy it. No. You type in smart pen on Google. You'll find craziest idea ever, and no one buys it. Who has smart pen? See, nobody has. But there are products like that existing, smart pen, but no one likes it. Okay? So I know you're trying to introduce me to a new value, but at the same moment, you might be talking about a completely new pain. So think about it. All right, like the bag, you know. Now I cannot choose my bag. That's a new pain. No, for real, right? And then I don't know, maybe the thing I need to hang it on the wall or on the ceiling. How can you increase that new pain or decrease that new pain and still provide them a new value you're talking about? You want to try to think about that. And testing with the layman or a third person will help you to understand. Okay, to help you to understand that we may be causing a new pain. All right, don't forget that. And okay, and when you're testing yourself, okay, you want to be a little more careful because, for example, your case. Where's your product? Okay, where'd you go? So you said, okay, so we are using the space right here, right? Give me paper. My laptop is, I have it. I have it here. Who can utilize this space right here? Do you do this often at home? Do you? You? Yeah? I'm more like this person. Right? So you need to be a little bit more realistic. I mean, try to be yourself. Don't try to justify whatever you have in front of you. Okay? I never seen anybody doing this except my super geek friend. Right? So try to really imagine yourself using this. Okay? And maybe don't focus when you're trying yourself. Don't do when you are just doing whatever you think they're doing. Okay? If I were you, I'll probably start from here. Finding tables, okay, sitting. I want to plug this in. When it's plugged, is it easy to move back and forth? Maybe yes, maybe not. Right? So, you never had a plug. Have you thought about maybe this is plugged in? So, when it's plugged in, it's so difficult to do things, right? So, try to be a little bit more specific about how people might use it, how people might get up and go, and things like that. Okay? It's same with all of you. I know it's really nice when you're completely ready, but think about, before using it and after using it. It requires you to, 5 minutes to put it away. Then that's a new pain again, right? So, and if it requires you to 40 steps to set it up, then it's a new pain. So even when you're testing yourself, try to be realistic as possible. That's human-centered. Okay? You're solution-centered. All of you. You are super solution-centered. You're talking about your baby. I told you. Okay? Don't focus too much on your baby. Alright? Try to focus on the human and then the environment around it. That's what I meant. That you need to focus not only your baby, but your solution. Okay, and one more thing. Yes, in this case, you can. Yeah, okay. You need to think about indirect competition. Indirect. So, not the product that looks very similar to your product, but there is always completely indirect competition. Okay? Don't forget, who is your strongest competitor?
Not using it.
Exactly! Not buying any of your product and do the conventional way. Understand? So you always have do without. That's your strongest competition. Okay, understood? Don't forget that. do without is your strongest competition. Because it's cheap, no money involved, no new behavior, no nothing. That's super strong. Okay? Don't forget. Do without is the strongest competition. But indirect. Good. So I told you 3 things. Indirect competition, and be realistic about how people might use this. Okay? You can do it or you can test it with other people. You'll learn it. Alright? The third point is don't try to focus only on your new value you're creating. Think about new pain you might be introducing. Okay? I saw a lot of pains. New pain. But they noticed, oh, okay, it's a pain to just take it out and stick it in. That was good. Okay? But I really like some points that you noticed. So the guy, the team, what was your
Question mark.
Question mark. Question mark noticed that so there are some guys who doesn't use the stapled documents. I like unstapled one because then I can see 3 pages at a time. Yeah. So maybe something that you might want to kind of focus on. I thought that was interesting. Okay. So there are some interesting insight that you found, and you probably want to pursue it. All right. So okay, don't put too much focus on how you create this, what you're creating, but try to focus on what value you're creating. Okay, and try to focus on not to introduce any new pain as possible. Okay? Alright. So, okay, let's meet at not 3:30 because that's in an hour. Okay? Let's meet at 4:30? Okay, let's meet at 4:30. Alright? Now I want you to try to talk about new values and less pain. Okay? Your prototype may look really huge in the beginning. You can slim it out. Alright? And ask me any questions or for help. Alright? Go back to your work.